instead of using the contrast to expand and then quickly catching up with the expansion, people are using the contrast to expand and then holding to the reason that they want the expansion and blaming it as the reason that they're not expanding. That's what's at the basis of all of this. And you could solve it for yourself and everyone who has the benefit of being up close to you if you would announce to everyone, I want you all to know that I'm not holding any of you responsible for my happiness. I hold myself and my ability to focus responsible for my happiness. So if I ever give you the impression that I need you to be different in order for me to feel better, please write down now, I don't mean it. I don't want you to stand on your head. I don't want you to train me away from my guidance system by behaving the way you think I need you to be so that I can feel good.
Yes, I like it.
I don't want you to train me away from my guidance system by buying into the fit I throw when I don't get from you what I think I want. I want to be responsible for the way I feel. And if you've got buggers in your life who will not perform for you, they are your very best friend, because you will soon come to the awareness that you have no control, you see. So many people, governments blowing up other countries, all kinds of people trying to control things that are not controllable simply because they are so sloppy in their thinking that they cannot choose a thought that would line them up. All an individual would have to do is train themselves into thoughts that align with who they are, and they would be fulfilled and joyful, and they would see the world in an entirely different way. But if you're not training yourself to line up with who you are, so you're all emptied out of who you are, feeling insecure and vulnerable, and looking around and saying, it's your fault I don't feel good, it's your fault, it's you the terrorists, it's you the economy, it's you the government, it's you, it's all of you. I need to control you, but I can't. I need you to control you that I can't. I need to control you that I can't. Oh, my back is really hurting. I need to control you, but I can't, you see. And when you finally get it, that you can't control, that action isn't the way, that other people's behavior isn't the way, I announce to everyone, I announce to all of you, I hold none of you responsible for the way I feel, because I have the ability to focus into the pockets that feel good. You see, we want you to know that because we have watched this process for so long, we know the emphatic hugeness of the well-being. But you've come to explore the contrast. You see, you're wired that way. People don't think they want contrast, but you do. And people sometimes don't think contrast serves you, as in this discussion that we're having, but it does. It's just a matter of maintaining the only control that you have, which is giving your attention to what you want. We want you to become obsessed with the best parts of your life. If you would become obsessed with the best parts of your life, which means you talk about it and you think about it and you play with it and you observe it and you take pictures of it and you tell others about it and you think about it and you talk about it and you observe it until you activate it in your vibration, until more thoughts like it come. If you would become obsessed with the best parts of your life, you would deactivate the parts of your life that you don't want. But when you're obsessed with the parts of your life that you don't want and you keep them active, then there aren't enough helpers in the world to help you get to where you think you want to be. Yeah. Big discussion. In other words, we can't talk about one part about this without talking about all of it, can we? As humans, you think you choose by saying, I do want that and I don't want that, and I do want that and I don't want that. As humans, you think choice is about yes and no. But as source energy, choice is always about yes, 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 yes. In other words, once you get into your physical experience, many of you second guess, I'm sure I would not have chosen these parents. I'm sure I would not have chosen these parents because it's hard to be here. But then what did we just say? You wanted contrast because contrast causes expansion. So from your non-physical perspective, you said, what could be better than an early contentious experience which would cause me early expansion? But once you get here, you say, what went wrong? No one in their right mind would have chosen these parents. And so then you say, clearly I didn't choose this because I wouldn't have chosen this. So people choose cancer. Don't you find that interesting? People choose cancer. People choose illness. People choose bankruptcy. People choose horrible relationships. And yet people would say, oh, Abraham, that doesn't make sense. Nobody would choose those unwanted things. And we say, we didn't say you looked at them and said yes to them. We said you looked at them. Because whether you're looking at it and saying yes or looking at it and saying no, you're still choosing it. You choose what you make active in your vibration. What you make active in your vibration must come to you, you see. But we want you to understand, this is something so big, and this is the perfect time to say it. The contrast is causing you to do all of your choosing. But then when you hold yourself in vibrational separation from what you've chosen, you live the absence of what you were really choosing. And then you say, why would I have chosen this? And we say, it's your weakness of not being in alignment with what you really chose that causes you to live the absence of what you really chose. You with us? Yeah. This is the same subject as there is no dark switch. You don't walk into a room and look for a dark switch. There's only the light, which you can resist. There is no evil. There is no badness. There's just disallowance of the goodness. There's just disallowance of who you really are and what you really have chosen. So when it feels like you're making bad choices, we would like to say, and we would like you to say it and remember it and repeat it until you really know it. It isn't that I'm making bad choices. It's that I'm not in alignment with the good choices that are really who I am. We know it sounds like nitpicking, but if you could get inside of that idea, what would happen to you as you begin recognizing this is that you would begin to realize this powerful premise that is so absolute. If there were one thing that we could open your being up and surgically insert, it would be this. We can't, so don't worry about it. The little prick you just felt on your back, that wasn't us. That wasn't us. It would be this. Well-being abounds, and things are always working out for you. Things are always working out for you. And to the degree that you allow it, you see the evidence of it. Things are always working out for you. So even sometimes when the contrast looks like it's not, the contrast is just causing you to define more clearly exactly how you would like things to work out for you. And since you're the creator of your own experience, it's what you said. You said, I want to be inspired to specific choices about how I would like it to work out for me. Don't you love knowing this? Did you get that? Can you hear what we're saying? Yes. That the contrast and all the stuff that feels like you don't want is just helping you to define more accurately, more deliberately, more specifically the details that you do want. And then if you can get happy, if you can do anything that you can do to get happy, which just means stop beating the drum of what makes you feel unhappy. You see, whether you know it or not, it is working out for you. And whether you know it or not, you are expanding. And whether you know it or not, consciously, you will eventually catch up with the expansion, even if you have to wait till you croak to do it. And so nothing that we're saying even needs to be said because you can't get it wrong. You're going to come forth. You made the decision. You're going to be born. And from this vantage point, you can't undo that. You're born. And now you're having exposure to experience. You can't undo that either. And you're having personal knee-jerk responses to experience. So you're having requests of what would feel like an improved life to you. You can't stop doing that. So the process and the cycle of your pre-intentions even to this life experience are happening. In other words, it's going well, it's becoming, it's just the way that you knew that it would be. And even if you don't know about law of attraction and you don't know about your emotional guidance system and you don't care about feeling good and you've been convinced that you're not supposed to feel good and so you don't deliberately turn and catch up with it, when you croak you do, and then you come forth again. In other words, it's this cycle that you don't have to know about in order for it to succeed, in order for you to contribute to the eternalness of it. In other words, all of that is intact. So this gathering isn't about a necessity to fix something. Future is assured because of the way the process works. It is so perfect, it cannot be messed with. It cannot be forsaken. It cannot be screwed up. You can't get it wrong. There is nothing that you can do that would do anything other than cause you to ask for something better. And when you do, it is a vibrational fact that will eventually manifest. And there is no regression. when you're wise enough to start making the thought that feels better your criteria, you're not telling the story because it's true or because it's fact or because it's entertaining. You're telling the story because it feels better, because it feels better, because it feels better. Now you move to this place and this place and this place and this place and this place, and before you know it, you're not a match to the contrast. You're a match to what the contrast produced. You're a match to the expanded version of you. And now you feel triumphant. Coming into alignment with who you are, especially after not being in alignment with who you are, is the sweetest, sweetest, sweetest feeling of the world. All your empowerment comes back. Your feeling of well-being comes back. Your vitality, your clarity, your flexibility, everything is who you really are. And now you get to witness the manifestation of all the things that you've been asking for. Deliberate creation is the only creation that will ever satisfy the likes of you. You know too much. You can't go back.